Hello, beautiful ones. I'm glad to have you with me. This is Dr. Jenine, and I'm finishing up the segment on our earthly foundations in here in this body and our positions here on earth. And those start out with God, our creator, the magnificent one who lives within us and all through the universe and through all things. And how wonderful is that we have that power. And then also our relationship, which is comprised of our partnerships, marriage, and whatnot, which gives us a dual power, and also to experience that duality here in body and on earth. And then finally creating family and spawning out with branches from our tree into our more of our family tree, and with that family creating community, and even within ourselves and within our own lives as that family grows up and they go on to their own lives, creating community as well, or community service. So this video is about community service, and I hope you don't mind. It might be a little bit shaky because, like I said, it's very informal. I'm a little tired. We have a new kitten in the house, and she got very irritating with me today. This morning, I have been awake since 4:30 this morning. Say no more. But I'm tolerating it. I'm getting there. So we'll get there. But community service it's not just going out to your church, your temple, your synagogue, wherever you happen to go, out into a place or a building. Our place of worship is inside of ourselves. Even Jesus made it very clear that the temple is now within ourselves. That is our place of worship. But we also need to extend that worship into a place of service. And that doesn't mean we need to, be Mother Teresa and go to Calcutta. And, if that's our calling and if that's our desire, definitely so. But our place of service generally ends up being our place of employment, or our place where, we are stationed. It could be a military base or facility. It could be, like I said, a place of employment, a position. It could be within our business. It can be within a group that we belong to, or it can be just anywhere within the family. It can be something that you personally choose. So you might go out into the hospitals. You might decide to even take on a profession where you're counseling others, or maybe you'll do like what I do and become a doctor of spiritual counseling, or get a master's in metaphysics, like I have. So we could do energy healing. There are so many ways. You can make videos, you can have a blog. There's so many ways to create service in our lives. And it doesn't have to be this formal divine calling, even though it is divine. You can go out into your neighborhood and create some beauty out there in the neighborhood. Sometimes service is just having a great presentation, or a great presence within your neighborhood. Sometimes service is within your family, like I mentioned, and it's within your partnership. Giving service to those that we love, those that we're married to, those who we have partnered with, is a place of service. It's a God-filled place of service. So, our earthly existence, our bodily existence here in earth, on earth, where we have planted ourselves, we are remembering that we plant our roots. We are recreating our roots, and we're letting them go deep, and we're creating a foundation for this life that we live. And when we get to a point where our life is service-based, in other words, we put service first, regardless to where we're going. So you could be in a place of employment, and yes, you are acting as whatever your position is, but your divine position is a position of service. And if you make that your foundation and let that root grow deep then your position in your business or a place of employment or wherever you happen to be, maybe you even serve within a religious place, and that would be your choice, for this life. And I did that for several years in my life a long time ago. So, there are places of service everywhere. They present themselves. If you meditate upon a place of service, you will be presented with one. So what you put out there is what you're going to receive. So if you envision, this is what I'd like to do, this is what I want to do, you can create something, a meetup, a circle that creates a product, or masterminding, or weight loss. Maybe it's a group that you just want to have as a support group. It can be anything. And I know it's very difficult during our time, of COVID. We're still not completely over that in this nation or this world, but there are ways around it. I mean, we are kind of opening up a little bit more with the vaccines coming out, and facing some of the challenges, and we're supposed to be facing some of those things together. In fact, we really should face all of those things together, because it's together that we are powerful. It's together that we create more than we could when we're on our own. There's nobody who actually creates even a great, beautiful business. If you have a dream in your life to create a certain business, there's nobody that creates that business on their own. We're not an island. We need other people. That's called, in my world, one anothering. And so please excuse the shaking of my phone. It's just because when I talk, I move my hands, and so everything's shaking. So with one anothering, what that means is that we always need each other. We're supposed to recognize the fact that we are in this together. We're in this life together. And if one of us is hurting, we're all hurting. We may not know this or have a sense of this all of the time, but a lot of us, like I am, we're very empathetic and very intuitive. And, we feel the shifts of the tide. We feel the shifts in humanity. So if you're one of those who is sensitive like that, you have a sense that, yes, the life that we create is not just a life that's selfishly for our own. It is shared with everyone else. And it has a ripple effect, a tide effect. So if you watch the ocean, the tide goes in and out. That's the way, it is with our life. It goes in, it goes out. We have ripples and we have waves, and everyone feels them. So when the tide shifts, when the moon changes, we feel these shifts within our bodies, and we don't understand spiritually and sometimes emotionally why we're feeling the way that we are. But humanity feels these shifts. And if we present ourselves as a light to this world, if we pass on that light, that beauty, and pass on the fact that other people should be that as well, we need to do that for each other, then the more light we create in this world, and the easier those shifts will be for all of us. We're awakening to a place in this world where we're coming to a realization that when some of us hurt, even groups of people, when some of us are hurting, we're all hurting. And, if we're not realizing that, we're living a very self-centered life, and that's not part of our foundation, or it shouldn't be a part of our foundation. It will crumble. So if you build your foundation on something that's just shifting sand, it's going to crumble and fall. But if you build your foundation as Jesus taught, on the things in life that are truth, the things in life that are strong, the things in life that have meaning, if you build your foundation on those things and bring those to the community, even if you're sending love from your heart to those who are hurting across the other side of the world, if you're doing that for your family, you are serving. You are in a place of service, and you are serving and not hardening, but firming up your foundation. That's the word I want to use, not hardening. I don't like the word hardening because it makes me feel like it's hardening of heart. But anyway, I think I've made my point that even if you're on social media and you are extending yourself in a way that is positive for your brothers and sisters out there, because we all are, whether we want to accept it or not, whether we agree with it or not, other people's lives and some of their choices. We don't have to agree to love people. We don't have to even be in their lives to love people. We can send love to them in a way that extends forgiveness and mercy and grace. And those are all a part of love. In fact, those are the strength parts of love. And send some faith out while you're doing it. Learn to send energy. Learn to send your heart. Learn to send your prayers and your love to humanity. That's a service. And we need that service in this world. That's, as much as I could possibly say to maybe convince you that you need to spend some time. If you don't already, you need to set aside some time to spend some service time to this world, and believe me, blessings will definitely come back to you. So I'm going to wrap this up because, like I said, I'm very tired today. We have this new kitten and she's really cute, and she's kind of awkward cute. I don't know how to explain it, but she's really a pistol, and she's had me awake sometimes at 5 o'clock today, 4:30 in the morning. And she's very rambunctious. I've got to tell you, she's got a lot of energy. So my service right now is to myself, because you can serve yourself in a way that is caring and loving, and then you'll have more in your cup and it could be overflowing. You can give that to those who are around you. So with all of that said, I hope that makes sense to you. I'm just going to say God bless you. Like I said, I'm really tired. I think I need a nap. And I'm just loving you from here, and take care. And remember to work on a firm foundation in your life and extend those beautiful things that God has given and gifted to you that are inside of you, and give those to others. And your life will be changed forever, if not already. But you never stop growing in this life, never. It's always a transition. It's always sometimes a difficult one. And I'm getting a little emotional here, but I just want to say that you never stop growing. And when you are faced with difficulty, remember that those are lessons that are being presented to you in order for you to learn and overcome and be strengthened. So you can pass that strength on to other people as well. So I'm still rambling. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. I love you from here, and take care until the next time. Bye-bye.